Welcome, Goddess, to an all-new Super Sign Sunday Divine Feminine Energy check-in and empowerment message. My name is Rochelle Richard, and here at Empowerment Experiences, we look for, find, and reclaim our power all along this, which is each our own self-love empowerment journey. And if you hang around here regularly, you know there's an all-new series where you get to see my face all the time. And we talk about all the ways to look for, find, and reclaim your power in all the facets, spaces, and places of this journey. So you definitely want to be checking those videos out. I live stream them on my Instagram at Healing Twin Flames, Instagram at Empowerment Experiences, and on my TikTok at Healing Twin Flames. But of course, all the replays are recorded and uploaded right here on YouTube. So makes it easy for you. You want to go check those out. And that is exactly why I am so led to do a Super Sign Sunday reading halfway through the month. Well, almost to the end of the month. We did one at the beginning of January. It was a little bit more, there was a lot of, dark energy in the collective. It's not that there's not now, but it's as though there's been an intense shift. Like we have completely jumped timelines in this past, in these past 2 weeks, particularly in this last week. We have definitely jumped timelines as a collective. So I can tell that that's definitely the reason why I am led to, in the midst of all these other videos that I'm recording and editing, I am in the midst of knowing that we need an update energy reading for what's going on, don't we, dear Goddess? So with that, I am definitely eager to find out what the cards have to share with us, to show us, to reveal to us in terms of what we need to know, where our power is, what we need to focus on, things that we maybe need to be aware of. Especially, again, as there's so much happening, but I definitely feel that this timeline jump has been, of course, undoubtedly for the betterment of humanity, and hopefully we are well on our way to a whole new level, a whole new state of being collectively. Oof. However, at this time, right, because of the fallout, that's the word that just came to mind, because of the fallout of this timeline jump, things that were once in alignment to take place are now not going to take place, and there's like a fallout. There's a ripple effect from that. And as these changes continue to take place at a very rapid pace, you are going to find that you require, and perchance even desire, I know I do, desire more sanctuary time, more time to be disconnecting from what's happening in the outside world so that I can have more time to be connecting with my inside world and allowing for the power in me to let itself be known, right? To let it be known in you that no matter what happens outside of you, you are connected with the power inside of you to handle whatever comes your way. That's literally, boom, that was like period, end of the sentence right there. Here we go. So what is it we need to be focusing on in this sanctuary time? Like, yes, of course, connecting with ourselves, doing that inner work, but also envisioning a new reality. Because with this quantum jump, this massive leap we've all just made, the powers to manifest and create intentionally are greater than they've ever been. I've certainly begun to notice, and you may too. I'd love to hear. Let me know in the comments if you've noticed that you barely think of something, you mention something, and it literally appears. Like, I'm not talking in your feed, because yes, they're listening to you. Your device listens to you. So that's how it shows up in your feed. But I'm talking out when you're out and about. That there is no algorithm except for that which is the universe itself in this gorgeous dance that it's having with you. That right there, I know I've had like almost rapid manifestation, and it's been ramping up these many months that I live in what I call my own little lighthouse here. I don't leave my home a lot. I work from home. And I get to touch lives all around the world. I love what I get to do. So when I do go out in the world, shall we say, in the physical world, and I have these powerfully intense experiences wherein I'm like, wait a minute, I was just thinking about that, and there it is. Out of the blue. And it's because, again, right now, your power of manifestation, your power of creation, your power of intention, your powers, period, goddess, are at an all-time high. And they're just going to continue to grow and amplify and build and grow and expand. All right. And just be stronger and stronger and stronger as you are. So this is why it is so vital during this time of sanctuary that you take away apart from the world, as you disconnect from any external influence, is that you are using the power of your internal influence to envision and create the reality that you want to be creating for yourself and for the collective. Because again, this massive timeline jump that we have just had, it's exhilarating, it's exciting, it's just, there isn't a word that is coming to mind to encompass the magnitude of how freaking awesome what has happened, is. That said, though, I remind everybody that just continue to be tapped into and have your intuition and your tuner and your discernment on full sensitivity. Right? Pay attention to those inner niggles, those nudges that you get for when you need to look at something a little deeper, or maybe have a bit more compassion with yourself, compassion for others, for allowing both you and the collective to process this shift, this timeline jump. Right? We've got to be holding that space rather than bearing down on you or others and being impatient and frustrated with someone else who isn't quite comprehending what you're laying down. They ain't picking it up. It's simply because, again, we have such a gap now happening between all of these, the timeline shift and for this jump that's just happened, it's going to take a moment for those who weren't ready for it to catch up. And this includes even certain aspects of you. Maybe there is an older version of yourself that is having a challenging time adapting to this shift, this massive shift, this jump in recognizing, oh my God, I am so much more powerful than I realized I was. Like, I knew I was powerful, but oh my God, I had no idea I was this freaking powerful. This is what's happening here. This is why, again, coming back to this sanctuary time, so you can be embodying, fully integrating this awakening to the power that you truly possess. Oh, this one's so good. Oh my goodness. Well, there it is. Already yet again, just more confirmation to make sure to be tapping into that discernment, really being on your game of, again, listening to any inner nudge that you get, any inner questioning. There is no such thing as a wrong answer as a stupid question. Because if you don't know the answer, then it's neither a wrong answer or a stupid question. And just to get an answer for a question that you don't even have an answer to, how could it be right or wrong? It's just an answer, right? So that's what your inner niggles, your inner nudges, that's what your discernment does for you, is it helps you to tune into the underlying messages and information and energies that you need to be receiving and interpreting, and from that making your decisions moving forward, choosing intentionally what you're giving your focus to. This is something that's also really amplified in the collective, definitely in me. That's why the whole Reclaiming Power with Rochelle has happened. It was literally like a week ago. Well, it would be last Friday. I think it was like the 12th or 13th. Oh, I think it was Friday, the 12th is the date it was. And, that Thursday, Friday, I was suddenly, after meditation and just really practicing release and surrender, all of this incredible flow happened, and the downloads and the inspiration and motivation and the you've got to do this starting on Monday kind of thing. And now here we are, almost a week into it, and this is going to make like 7 videos in 1 week that I will have recorded. And I couldn't tell you the last time I did something like that. But that's simply because, again, things are rapid fire right now. Things are changing dramatically and rapidly, and we have to own that in ourselves, which is why, again, being more and more discerning, being quicker about being able to also discern that yes, that's a fuck yes, that's a fuck no. Like, that's really where you gotta be. The moment you get that little inner nudge that says nope, pivot. Nope, pivot. Don't feed your energy. And that's what I was saying as well, is with regards to this week and all the topics and themes that we've been discussing on Reclaiming Power with Rochelle, it's that space of really getting onto yourself and being in charge of yourself, in control of yourself about what you're giving your energy and attention to. Especially right now with all of these major changes taking place, you have to be very, very discerning about what you're feeding your energy to, because what you feed is what grows. And this is why this time of sanctuary is so important, because you've got to be feeding and growing what you want to be feeding and growing. And so as you're also doing this, you, with your powers of rapid manifestation amplified, that is why it is so vital, to reiterate this, so vital for you to be extremely discerning about that to which you give your focus, attention, energy, so that you stop feeding and stop growing that which needs to fall away, that which is the reason why we jumped timelines so dramatically. You've got to let it go. You've got to let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. All right? And pivot toward what you are actually creating purposely, what you are choosing to create. Now, already I'm feeling, let's jump into then. So with this, as we're talking about this pivoting and choosing purposely what you're focusing on, well, let's ask it then, where is our power of surrender, as we're, being asked to let it go, let it go, let it go, right? That is the act of surrendering, is to let go of that which you cannot hold on to. You can either no longer, or you never could control it. You no longer have a hold of it. Or again, perchance you never did. So where is our power of surrender through this massive timeline jump and integration period, adaptation period for all of us? Wow, maybe, I guess not that card. I was like, I'm ready for it, but nope. Oh, there we go. Oh, and we have, holy molies, we have a few here. A few that just jumped out. So let's do it this way, one by one from the top. Surrender to creativity. Oh my gosh. Let your imagination soar. Looky there. Imagination. So in this space of sanctuary, allow for some creativity. Let yourself and recognize, Goddess, that creativity is inclusive of creating a vision, designing your dream reality. That is a facet of creativity. That is an outlet, a creative outlet, is creatively writing what your vision is. All right. Oh my gosh, so exciting there. Ooh, surrender your fear of intimacy. Now this is coming through as that intimacy with you, like really being open and honest with yourself. You are ready to let love in, right? Being really open and honest with yourself, that you are ready to let it in. You're ready to let in all of this divine love, like source love, the love for you, yourself, your soul, your experience, your life. True love begins within, from where it expands outward to envelop, encompass, and embrace those around us. I'm going to say that again. That is my own divinely downloaded quote. Yours truly, Rochelle Richard. Say it again. You want to write it down. True love begins within, from where it expands outward to envelop, encompass, and embrace those around us. You have to have that love within you already in order to attract it to you. And that is, again, this whole rapid fire awakening awareness of your power of true manifestation here is, again, to be discerning about what you're feeding into. Because if you don't believe that you're worthy of the love, or that you already are love, or if you don't genuinely feel that love in yourself, then you are not a point of attraction for it. You have to let it in. You have to surrender your fear of letting love in, of letting the abundance, of letting the joy, of letting all of the beautiful things of life in. It's all connected. Look, we even have compassionately identify. We have more compassion. Look, these cards are literally just confirming themselves. They're validation within itself right here. That's just so, I love that. I love that. All right. So again, you have to be the one, and only you can be the one to recognize the patterns in you. Now, obviously, there are those of us like myself who are here to assist you and support you into and through that process. And you can do that through a 30-minute session or more, depending on how deep you want to go with all of this. A 30-minute one-on-one session with me at IamEmpowered.as.me, and let's reclaim your power where it's needs reclaiming. All right. Further, surrender to success. Like I've already been led to say, this timeline jump has been a massive leg up for humanity, a massive directional, pivotal shift toward liberation, right? Liberation from the chains that bind, in the sense of the mental programming, the beliefs, the conditioning, the social conditioning, the matrix, the system, the corrupt system that is crumbling. And this, the falling away of the old, is that which allows for new to be built, which is the very thing that clears your path to success. I mean, just right on through, clears your path to success. Look, don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. And that's exactly, again, what I'm saying, is that we have shifted from a space and time that felt so dark, and there is a lot of hangover energy from that, right? Where it wants to hold on, but we have right here this clear path of success, and the only ones who ever stop ourselves from what we desire is ourselves. So you're the only one that can stand in your way of experiencing this success. You are the only one. All these possibilities, that's there. And so that's why, again, coming all the way back around to this sanctuary and envisioning your reality, you've got to envision you in this success. You've got to embody it, integrate it before you can fully, truly experience it, right? Ooh. Surrender procrastination. Now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. Look at that. This is like a sequence here that we have just experienced. Like you are the catalyst. You are the catalyst, right? Surrender this procrastination in order to experience this. Stop. And I'm going to say, Goddess, I can even see this pattern in me. Stop procrastinating the things that you need that fill your cup. Remember, true love begins within. You have got to be the one that is filling your cup, that is breaking this sabotage, this pattern of sabotage of not sitting down, taking time to journal, to dive into why you're thinking what you're thinking, why you're afraid, why all these things. And we've talked about that in Reclaiming Power with Rochelle, intention and purpose. To meditate, right? You've got to be meditating, quieting the mind, to be releasing things, letting go through the practice of forgiveness. There's so many things that we can be doing to be really truly loving ourselves, cultivating that love within ourselves in this sanctuary time that will again align you with the reality that you're envisioning, and it will allow you to better embody the vision that you are desiring, right? You are the one, Goddess, the one and only that can do this for you, right? It's so important that you make yourself a priority. And that's definitely a theme here too. You've got to be carving out some time away from the work, away from the kids, from the family, from the job, from the chores and all these things, to just be, to release all of the stress and the overwhelm and all these things that, again, are hangers on from this old timeline. You're letting that version of you go. That's why this time of sanctuary is so important. That's why this time of compassion is so important, because you love that version of you, but that version of you is no longer you. You are a new version today. So we integrate all of these old versions of ourselves that it's time to not bid farewell to, but simply say, I'm driving now. I'm the driver now. You can come along and I'm going to integrate you as a part of me that you are, but I'm someone new. And that's why you need to envision a new reality, because of this whole timeline jump and this new state of being an even more empowered and powerful being as never before. Like, wow. See, I knew we needed to do another reading. I knew we did. And with that, let's see, because, oh yes, we got some angel numbers happening here. Let's see, I really want to shake. Let's see up. Ooh, 1333. Let us see. 1333 tells us, be true to your destiny. That's what you're envisioning here. This new reality, this is your destiny, is to step into this next new version of yourself that is more empowered than ever. We are in the presence of ascended masters right now because, again, you can look at this timeline jump as you graduated. You're at a whole new level, but again, new level, new devils. That's what we got to remind ourselves. That's why, again, you're going to have these old parts of you that want to sabotage this new you, and you have to have compassion for that old you because she's just trying to look out for you. But it's time that we integrate her. And we no longer let her have the power to keep us from this version of ourselves that we are becoming and we have become and continue to become. Ooh, a positive outlook needed to achieve goals. Just as we've already talked about, this discernment, this focusing your attention. What are you feeding? Because that's what's going to be growing. Persistence pays, so keep moving forward, says number 1333. And that's just it. Amidst all of the things happening, you are the one that's got to keep showing up. Make that commitment to keep showing up and stay consistent, right? Persistence pays, so keep moving forward. You've got to be persistent in being consistent. You have to be the one to keep showing up because she's going to talk you out of it. She's going to try to talk you out of it. Even my old version of self has tried so hard to talk me out of continuing. Again, today was day 5. Tomorrow's day 6 of my videos. And she's trying so hard to say, you're wasting your time. It's not going to matter. All these things that this old version of mine loves to tell me to get me to stop working towards success, to stop moving towards this new reality that I have been envisioning for myself, right? That's how it works. 1333 reminds us to have a strong imagination, to visualize your dreams and desires. Wow. Literally, imagination on this square. We have this times 3. Goddess 3. Imagination. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness. I just love this. I just love this. It says, have faith in your calling, 1333 says. That this new reality, this destiny of yours, this is your calling. If you are being called to create it, it is your calling. And you don't just have one calling in life. We have many intentions and purposes and callings to fulfill and to follow and to be. Number 1333 says to embrace optimism and positivity. Again, what you focus on is what expands. What you put in is what you get out. So if you want to ensure that you are embodying and absorbing positivity, and optimism, then you've got to be putting that in. You've got to be embracing that. And 1333 lets us know that break time was necessary to bring renewal to this connection. Now, this connection would be this connection to your power. To your power. Like you have been feeling not so empowered, right? And then all of a sudden this massive timeline shift happens and now you're like, whoa, like a whole new awareness to this connection that you have with your power inside you, this connection that you have with you. Oh, Goddess, I'm so grateful that I did this for us. And I intend that this message reaches those who are needing to receive it, who are ready to receive it, who are truly ready to step into their power with this timeline shift and quantum leap into their own imagined reality made real. With that, Goddess, remember, I am here to support you into and through looking for, finding, and reclaiming your power to achieve all of that. all that you desire in life, I am here for you. From self-love empowerment, twin flame empowerment, and even entrepreneurial empowerment. There's just so many things. But ultimately, the way we go about finding our power and taking it back, there's a whole lot of things in common across the board. With that, you can book your session with me at iamempowered.as.me. Again, that is iamempowered.as.me. And with that, as I am here to do, one of my many purposes and callings in this world is to remind you, Goddess, that the power to create, the power to envision first and create your new reality, the power to achieve success, the power to hone your discernment, all the power that you require in order to rise and thrive in this world, Goddess, all that power, it's in your hands. Because that power, it has always, always, always been inside you. Namaste.